grad Nike und die Power, doch das macht mich nicht zum Rapper. Das gibt mir nur die Pressure und so ein Vielfaches besser.
Hey everyone, welcome to EXPLOI.T. Now it's been a long time, but we are back with another video. In this video we are going to see CHMOD or change mode of access in Linux. So inside our terminal, let us see what are the contents of our system. So we have ls, and I'm going to make a file inside the downloads directory to cd downloads, and inside ls I have nothing for now, but we are going to make a file. So we have touch to make that file, and that file name will be new file.txt. So we have a new file inside downloads, so we are going to see what is inside that. So the command is cat and that new file.txt. Nothing is there as for now, so we have to add something to it. So we are going to do that with the nano editor, nano, and then this is new file.txt. So we are inside the nano editor and we are ready to edit the file. So it will be something like welcome to EXPLOI.T, subscribe to start the hack. So this is the line, it must be nice. Subscribe to start the hack, so this is fine. So I can save this by Control and S, and then we have saved it, and then ls, what is inside downloads, new file.txt, cat new file.txt. so it will show me welcome to EXPLOI.T, subscribe to start the hack. So now if I list all the files inside the downloads with a long listing method, that is -l, that is ls-l new file.txt, now it will show me all the permissions of these files, name of the file, all the permissions, all the users, groups, and when it is created and where. So the first hyphen, the very first hyphen on the left denotes that this is a single file. If there is a hyphen, that is a file, and if there is D, that means directory or a folder. So there is a hyphen, that means new file is a file, and following the hyphen are the permissions. RW for read and write permissions for the user or the owner of these file, and the subsequent R is for the group users, and the last R are for other users who are neither the owner and neither are in the groups. So these are the permissions of that file new file.txt across the whole system and across the whole user group. So in this video we are going to manipulate these permissions across the different users. So let us see what commands do we have for the user files. So as you see in the first part we have RW, that is read and write access for these new file.txt. Since I am the owner of this file, I made this file, so I have read and write access to this file. So as a result I can cat or read the file with the cat option, because I have the read operation in the first part. I have the read permission for that file new file.txt. I also have the write permission to write something to that new file.txt, which I did as it was empty earlier. So now I can show you I have write operation. So subscribe to start the hack, and we can add something like and enjoy more. So I can write, I'm writing in this file because I have the permissions being the owner of this file. So I do cat, and then it has been appended inside the new file.txt. So you see I am able to do this because I have the read and write permissions of this file. Let us see if the scenario fits for other users or not. So what I'm going to do, this is lsl. So once again we can see we have the read and write for the user owner or the owner. Change the permission of these groups or user owners by doing a simple command such as chmod, that stands for change mode of access. So this is chmod and then space. Now if you hit tab, it will show you all of the options that chmod takes in. The first option is A, that stands for all. All means all the three parts, that is the owner, the group, and the others. The owner user, the group users, and the other users. G stands for the group users. O stands for the other user, which are neither the owners nor are inside any groups, and U stands for owner, that is specifically me. The plus and minus, we can add permissions with the plus and minus, we can subtract them or we can remove them. So just to understand it clearly, inside the user owner or the owner, we are going to remove the read file so that the owner who created the file cannot read that file. So I'm going with U minus, so I'm removing that read operation, U minus R. That means I'm subtracting or removing the read permission from the user owner. U minus R new file.txt. So this will remove my read permission, it will show me an error, and here it is. It says permission denied because at this moment I do not have permission to read the file. Now we can verify this by doing ls-l new file.txt. So you see the R from the very first part has been removed, and now I am left with only write operation. I can only write into this file but cannot read the contents of this file. So once again, chmod u plus, and this time I'm going to allot all the three permissions, that is read, write and execute, u plus rwx inside the user owner new file.txt. So I have been granted all the three permissions. So this is chmod space, press the tab to learn more. So it will show you all the operation that goes within the chmod operation. So this was for the user owner or the owner of the file that made the file. We are going to test it for other users or the group users, those are not the owner of the file. So I'm going to add another user, temporary user. So with this command, add user, name of the user, it is Muhammad. Only root user, sorry, it is sudo. Everything requires sudo. The password is this. Now you know it. And then it is asking for new password. Let this be quick. Okay. Full name is Muhammad Rakif. That's my name. Enter, 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 and then capital Y. So this is going to add a user for me, temporary user for me. I'm going to delete later. So with this is cat/etc and then /password. So I can see if we have a new user Muhammad with 1001 ID. So we have exploit and Muhammad created just now. So I can clear this, and now I can switch to Muhammad with sudo su switch user Muhammad without requiring the password. And then I can do who am I? This is Muhammad. So just to make sure this is me. Now I'm going to see the contents of the file. Now remember, I can see the content of the file because I have the permission, or the owner of that file gave me that permission, but I cannot write to that file. Only the owner can write to that file. So if I do nano new file.txt, I cannot. And you see the red error, that is, it is unwritable. File new file.txt is unwritable, or you cannot make changes to that file because you don't have permission to those changes. And since you are not the user owner, you cannot edit anything inside that. So that is permission denied. Now Control S, go back. Now if I see the content, there is nothing added to it, obviously. And now we have ls-l and then new file.txt, just to see what are my permissions one again. And then for the other users, because I am other user, I'm not inside group, I only have the R, that is the read operation. I can only perform read operation inside that file. All the other three permissions are with the user owner, not with me. So I type exit to exit and come back to my exploit, and then we have chmod space. So let us give all the permissions to other users so that they can write to that file as well. So I'm going with chmod a for all, and then plus rwx, so that they can read, write and execute the file. So this is sudo su Muhammad, so then I can switch back to Muhammad, and then cat. Now remember, I can see the content, view the content, edit the content, and then also execute the file because I have all three permissions. Now you see the red error is not coming, and that is directory is not writable. Okay, so now if I write something, the error is gone. For more, now if I press Ctrl S, save this file, and then exit with X, and now if I view the contents of this file, it has been updated. You see, enjoy for more has been appended to this file by Muhammad. That is a part of other users. Now before leaving, I want to give you a bonus advice that working with CHMOD can be a bit better, because if you are getting mad at remembering things like all for A for all, and then G for groups, O for others, and then plus for increments, and then decrements, and then removing, there is an interesting way to solve CHMOD problems with numbers. So if I write something like CHMOD 411, that means I am allotting the first part, that is the owner part, 4, number 4. That means the number 4 counts to or sums to all the three permissions. That means the first part, that is the owner, has got the number 4, and now from those three permissions, read, write and execute, the 4 number is of read. So the owner can read. The next following one is for the group or the second part. Now inside the second part, number 1 is allotted to execute. So the second part can execute. They cannot read, they cannot write, they can execute. And for the subsequent last one, this is one that is execute. So it goes like this. A little workout at math at first, but it is better than that. So this is CHMOD 411 new file.txt. Now it will add the read permission for the user owner, the execute permission for the group owners, and execute permission for the other owners. So let us see the permissions for the last time just to make changes. We have ls-l new file.txt. All the files permissions are looking good. So now we have chmod change mode of access and then space 412. Now the first part or the first 4 is allocated to the first part, that is the owner part. This is rwx, the first part, and that 4 corresponds to read inside the 421 triplet, that is read write x 421. So 4 corresponds to read, and that is allocated to the user group, user owner. The following one inside 412, the following one is represented to the group owner, that is the second part, and that one corresponds to the executable permission or the X permission inside that group. And the last 2 inside 412 is represented to the other users, which are neither the owners nor inside the groups, and that 2 represents the writable permission or the W. So when I type 412, I mean to give the read permission to the user owner or the owner of that file, the execution or the X permission for the group owners, and then the writable or the W permission for the other users. The 412 is read, execute, and then write for 3 consecutive parts: users, owner, users, groups, and others as well. I hit enter, and then let us see ls-l new file.txt. Now all the permissions have been reset. Now the first group, that is the owner of the file, has only the read operation because that corresponds to 4 inside the 412 chmod. So this is 1 that corresponds to execution, and then we have 2 that corresponds to write. So we have 412 accordingly. So that is all the stuff I was trying to explain. So when I do something like chmod 777, that means I am giving 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is 7, means all the 3 read, write, and execute. You have to plus all of them. So first 7 means all the 3 permissions to first group, second 7 all the permissions to second group, and last 7 all the permissions to other groups. So I'm allotting all read, write, X. So when I do this, you will see all the files, you will see all the groups, whether the owners, groups, or other members will get read, write access. So to simplify stuff, let us conclude. So inside chmod we have 2 options: either go with A, O, or U, or G, or you can go with corresponding numbers with 4, 2, or 1. 4 corresponds to read, 2 for write, and 1 for execution. So remember these: 4 for read, 2 for write, and 1 for execution. It will make a lot of difference. And then read, write, and execution for those corresponding 4, 2, and 1. So after all of this, when I write chmod A plus rwx, that means I'm allotting all the groups, A for all, I'm allotting all the groups the read, write, and execution function or permission. It is as similar as doing 777. That means all the 3 permissions to all the 3 groups, that means A plus rwx. So you see 777 is way much better than A plus rwx, but you have to figure out what numbers will go in there. And this is all about chmod. I hope you learned something from it. So if you found the video informative, please like the video and share it across your friends, and also please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.